So how to turn authentic connection into a booking party. For the sake of training today, let's focus on an in-person party.
Put the mic up here.
Whether they
There you go.
whether they are whether they're at someone's home, break room, at work, or elsewhere. This is your chance to shine as a consultant. It's also the best way for customer to experience our amazing products, and the relationships you build face to face will often start stronger and last longer. Odds are most of you began your Scentsy journey at home at a home party. You were the guest, or maybe you signed up as a host. And I was actually selling another product when I met Colette, and I thought I was doing Lea Sophia, and I thought my product was better. But when Colette walked in the door, everybody liked Scentsy. What has she got? I got the best. And then I ended up trading product with her and signed up 2 days later and tried to put an order in, couldn't figure it out. Colette was at the hospital having Christina, so I called home office and asked them how to put an order in. And it was... Anyway, they answered the phone and they wanted to know, well, why don't you call your sponsor to find out how to put an order in? I'm like, because she's having a baby. And she's like, well, who's that? And I said, it's Colette. So Heidi was really excited to hear that. You know, it was kind of funny. All right. Odds are that most of you begin your Scentsy journey. Oh, I already said that. So now you're a consultant. Why is it so hard? Popping the big question, would you like to host a Scentsy party? Master these 3 elements to develop your booking skills and overcome that fear. Be prepared. Be ready to have your booking conversations anytime, anywhere, and have host packets ready. Ask the big question. Don't forget to actually ask people if they want to host. It's easier for you to forget more than you think. Learn how to overcome objectives. Know how to respond when someone says no. You should always be prepared to book parties. You don't know what you miss out on those opportunities. Here's what it takes to be ready. Carry ready-made hostess packets. Who has hostess packets ready-made? Always with them. Anybody? Hands? Anybody? Okay, we have one?
No, not with me. They're made.
Practice what you'll say during booking conversations. Know when you're available to party at all times.
I just wanted to share an example. Raquel, where is she? Right there. So Raquel worked a show with us one time, and a What a Woman Wants show, and she came with like, I don't know, at least 50 packets for party packets. Remember that? And she had this pitch down, and she said it to every single person she helped. Hey, I'm Raquel. Would you like to have a party? Or you could have got those bars for free or half price. Would you like to have a party? She asked every single person, and she didn't care if they said no. If they said no, I'm too busy. She was like, oh, okay, no problem. Here's my card if you want to order more. And I just sat back and watched her, and she ended up booking like 12 parties from that show, and which helped her get some big reward. I forgot what it was.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah,
I
how
think
to
that's
get to
when
director.
I earned either the Caribbean Cruise or the
Yeah, and it was
Cancun. I can't remember.
And it was like 2 years ago, but it just always stuck with me. And so every time we have a show, I'm always like, we need to ask everyone, because we get so busy into selling the product and, give them a card and let them go. But she really had a pitch down, and if they said no, it was no big deal. She just rolled with the punches, kept it going. But the key point was that she already had a packet together for her potential host.
And when we do these big parties too, these Satan Expo or whatever, we have a sign up that if we don't ask you if you want to have a party, then we get a prize, like a car candle or something like that, or we have handouts, like samples and stuff like that. So that challenged us to ask everybody if you want to have a party. Does anyone have any questions for Angie? page 4 in your workbook, and let's focus on what to say. Everybody got it? Now that you've all found Choose Your Words section in your workbook, I'd like for you to think about how you normally start a booking conversation. What specific phrases do you use? Here's the challenge. Are you able to start the conversation using the words or without using the words can, host, or party? For this activity, I want you to write down as many phrases or questions as you can to invite someone to book a party without using those 3 words,
What are the 3 words again?
which are
Right on the top. Oh.
can, host, or party. Okay, so just take a few minutes and write them down. Okay. Want to get rich? That's a good one. Anyone else want to share one? Hang out, get together. Use Cincy as a great excuse to have friends over. Anyone else want to share? Do you need a girls' night out?
I saw a good one. I didn't make this one, but I saw on Facebook yesterday or the day before, and it said, "Is your
Say it again.
Scentsy wish list bigger than your budget?"
Is your Cincy wish list bigger than your budget? I like that.
Let me spoil you.
Let me spoil you. Anybody else?
You married? Great. Let's start a registry for you. You're having a baby? Great. Let's start a registry and get you some free goodies.
Oh, great. Are you having a baby?
Baby.
Or a
married.
wedding, get married,
Yeah.
start a registry, and we'll have a Cincy party to help you earn
Yeah.
what you need. Sarah?
Okay, I didn't make this one. Someone else did, but I loved it. She did, would you like me to come help you do a load of laundry with your friends? And she would do a load of laundry with washer whiffs for their party. And I thought, who
Great idea.
wouldn't want you to come do laundry? Yeah,
Would you love me to come do a load of laundry at your house?
with a few
With
of your
your
friends.
friends.
Mhm.
And then she used the washer whiffs. Or you can do their dishes, or clean their counters, or clean their stainless steel appliances. There was a question, I don't know her name right here, she's writing, but she was asking Nikki about booking. How do you get more bookings? Does that help a little bit so that you're not really calling it a party?
Yeah, I wrote down ideas that I call girls' night.
A girls' night? That's a great idea. And yeah, and there was a thing called what is it? Wednesday wind down. You could do like Wednesday wind down. I mean, you don't have to have wine. You can just wind it down or whatever. Or Thirsty Thursday. Yeah, Freaky Friday. So there's just tons of ideas that you can do. And I have a director, she lives in Nampa, and her motto is everywhere she goes is a party. So she'll go to the bank and she'll take her bag and it's a party. Her husband's like part of the Knights of Columbus or something, and they have all these get-togethers with the women, and she takes her Cincy. It's a party. She was in the hospital and she had her Cincy there, and it was a party. Like everywhere she goes, it's a party. So she doesn't feel like she has to ask people, "Do you want to host a party?" Just wherever she goes, family reunion, she takes her testers. It's a party. And I told her I'm going to get her a shirt that says "It's a party" because wherever she goes, it's a party, and that's what she does.
Can you expound on that? I mean, that's great, but go in more detail. It's a party. What does she do at the bank?
Oh, how is she doing it?
Yeah.
So when she goes to the bank, she'll have her little bag. I have a bag that I got from 31, and it says "It's a party," or it says "Smell this," or "Party in a bag." But you can put it in anything, and she takes it with her to the bank. And when she's there doing her bank transactions, she's talking to the tellers. She's talking to mortgage people as she leaves. She's selling whatever she can. She has catalogs. She's taking orders, and so she's turned that into a party. And when her family reunion, she said all the women were just sitting at the table, and so she just got all her testers out, and took order forms and sold stuff, and she turned it into a party. So she's just asking everywhere when she's going somewhere, she's taking her product or taking order forms and catalogs and just asking everyone there.
And a spin on Angie's deal where she takes her bag. I was thinking about finding a clear backpack and putting all the testers in a backpack. And then, is that all lip gloss? No. But I thought that might be kind of cool.
Can I follow up on that? Does she leave everything there for the party, or does she collect it as she leaves the bank?
She just does everything while she's there,
Okay.
and then she leaves. And she takes it, all with her. She has to go back, then she does, but that's what she does. And she's like, it's better where she always says, I'm right right by Cynthia's home office, so she has to think outside the box because there's so many consultants there, she says. But this is what she's been doing. She's been selling for a long time and doing really good. But everywhere she goes, she just turns that into a party. So, and on the little bag that Nikki was talking about, I just fill it with bars and room sprays and whatever, and I take it to my hairdresser or just wherever I go that day, to the bank or to the dry cleaners. And I'm like, oh yeah, sorry I had to bring this in. It's gonna melt in the car. And they're like, oh, you sell Scentsy? Or can I look in there? Can I buy this stuff? I'm like, oh yeah, please do. Or I tell them it's a challenge. Like I take it to the grocery store. I'm like, oh, I have to take this bag everywhere with me. Yeah, it's a challenge. That's what I tell them, and it's been working. I've been selling stuff out of it. So. Yes.
One time, this was years ago, but they used to have like a 24-hour challenge or something, and I just sent an email out to all my people who live on Facebook, and just email to people that I know, and I said, I'm doing a 24-hour challenge to see if I can book 24 parties in 24 hours, and then waited for their responses. And that worked out good.
That works out good. She did like a booking blitz.
Yeah.
And so you can do that. You don't have to wait for Cincy to do it and just challenge yourself and say, hey, I've been challenged. You're not lying because you're challenging yourself.
I just said, I'm doing that.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's a good idea. And give yourself a timeline and call as many people.
Yeah, I just did it, with email.
That's good. Yeah, that's good. So let's talk about the monthly calendar and how it helps you stay prepared. How many of you guys use your calendar? Book your calendar. So look at page 5, and we're going to do a booking activity. It's just like a little grid of calendars, and it has the dates on it, or the days on it. So we're going to put together a calendar. So on the top, put June. So this is going to be June. And I want you just to take just a minute and look at your calendar, and I want you first to cross out, and you can separate it how you need, like AM, PM, or whatever for the days, but the days that you absolutely know that you have something going on in June, cross that out. You already have commitments, or you have something going on in June, on those days, make sure and cross it out. Oh, you've got your real calendar. So yeah, you can do this on your real calendar, if you haven't already. And if you know that Thursdays are a bad day, you've got your hair, your nails, got to get your hair did and your nails done. Cross that out. Or Tuesdays might be bad, or Mondays might be bad. Make sure you're checking, if you're keeping track on your calendar on your phone too, check that on your phone to make sure that you aren't missing anything. Okay, so look at your calendar now that you've got it all filled out, and if you don't, you can just keep working on it. But look to see the space that you have for party days. Hopefully you have some space left. And so it'd be great even if you had a different color pen, you can circle those. Those are your party days. The good thing on the paper is you can take that to your parties and leave it out. These are the days I have available. Or the best thing is it lets you know exactly what dates you have available to have a party. So here's some tips to help you plan your calendar. Try front loading. So if your goal is to have 8 parties a month, try booking 4 of your parties within the first week. the first or the 4 parties in the first week, because that way if they cancel, you still can reschedule them for that same month, so that they're not going into the next month. So it might be busy if they all have their parties, but at least you're giving yourself some space if they don't. I don't know how many times I've heard people say, "Oh, I had a party at canceled, and so I won't have my order in until next month."
I saw a thing on Facebook the other day, and it was a way to front load your calendar.
Uh-huh.
And it's just a picture of a calendar, and the first week of the month it says book this week, earn a free mini warmer. The second week across it says book this week, earn a free counter clean. And the prize is lesser and lesser in value as you go through the month.
Oh, that's a great idea. Did you guys all hear that? No, that's a great idea. So the prizes get smaller and smaller.
Can you
So on
repeat
the fourth
that?
week, you get a light bulb.
I can actually show it to you. I just pulled it up. You send your host a calendar, and on the first week it says book this week, earn a free mini warmer. The second week of the month across the week it says book this week, earn a free counter clean, and the prizes get lesser and lesser in value as you go through the month. So it's
Are you
enticing.
on the Facebook Utah page?
I am not. I'm in Wyoming, so.
Oh, shoot. Maybe
But I
because
can
it's
send it to
of
one
us.
of the Utah girls and they can post it.
Do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Sarah, your screen went black.
It's okay. It's still recording.
Okay. So here's some the tips that basically was the front loading. And by doing that, that just keeps yourself flexible. I was just thinking about we at one of the shows, the lady came up to me and said, "I want to have a party," and I didn't have a calendar. I didn't do my calendar, and so I said, "Oh, okay, great. I'll call you." Well, I got home and I got busy, and a couple days went by, and then I text her and I'm like, "Oh, hey, do you still want to do the party?" And she picked a day, and I'm like, "Oh, I think I'm busy. Let me check. I'll get back to you in a couple days." And this is embarrassing, but this has really happened to me. And so I got back with her, and I thought about it, and a couple days went by, and I thought, "Oh, when am I going to fit her in?" Because I'm so busy doing everything else that I didn't make time to do a party. So I actually called Trish, because she actually lives by Trish, and I'm like, "Hey, can you do this lady's party?" She asked to do it about 2 weeks ago, so I'm going to give you her information. And so Trish is like, "Oh yeah, I'll contact her." And so when she contacted her, the lady's like, "Oh, I already found someone else to do the party." So I thought, "Oh man, that was a
Thanks,
yeah, that was a gut check." But I'm like, okay, I need to do my calendar. So now I've been doing it because I need to know like right then, like, hey, this is when I have available. Will this work with you? Instead of like, I was trying to squeeze her into my schedule, and it didn't work. So make sure you keep your calendars loaded. Sometimes you'll get a host that will say, this just is not, the party is not going to work for me on that day, and that's the reason why you want to try to front load, and that way you can reschedule and try to get them in at the end of the month. And then the next part of this is talking about overcoming objections, and we've talked a lot about that already so far, but just the key point is have those conversations in your head, kind of anticipate what they're going to say. I know when people used to always say, "I am too busy to sell Scentsy." And I always say, "You know what, I totally understand. When I found Scentsy, I had 3 kids at home. I worked for Nestle Purina. I traveled every other week. I was working on my master's degree. I totally understand what you mean by you're busy." And I think when I say that, they're like, "Oh, wow, well, if you can do it, I can do it," And I'm like, but you end up loving it, and it's just easy. So just make sure you have the conversation in your head already, so that you know that they might say, "Oh, I'm too busy. I don't want to have a party," or "I'm too busy. I don't want to sign up." Just have that objection in your head, and it's okay to say, "You know what, I totally understand. It's okay," and not be